Alright, we're back here on the truck. Went and got the door. Actually, went to get that door and wound up with two doors. This door is better than the original door. So, one thing to remember on these doors too is to always clean out your take a easy out or something and clean out your thread cleaner, and it'll make life easier for you. So, let's see what. Right here, I'm trying to get the door to open and shut pretty good, which it shuts pretty good. It's just not opening too good. This old door has been sitting, these doors have been sitting for a while. They come from Arizona, so they're in pretty good shape. So, but anyway, I'm gonna keep lubing it, and you'll see at one point here, I think it gets stuck on me, and I had a time trying to get it loose. I had to go on the inside and get it, but anyway, I got them straightened out now. Yeah, so let's get back to the vid. I forgot to mention, I was going to give a shout out to the guy I got these doors from. They call him Blast Man, and he's in Randleman, North Carolina, and he's got, I don't know how many of these trucks. He buys them, sells parts. Um, anyway, he had a good selection of these doors, and it's actually kind of hard to choose from. But I was going for the ones that had the better glass in it, which I was going to have to buy glass anyway. But yeah, I just want to give a shout out to him, Glass Man in Randleman, North Carolina. He's got all kind of parts. Yep. And I don't know if you've seen one spot there where I was took an airline was blowing that grease. It did go right in my face, in case you was wondering. Another cool thing right here is these doors had good vent windows where I don't know if you knew the price of these or know the price of these vent windows, the assembly and all, they're outrageous. And anyway, I think the glass in these are in pretty good shape. I actually got them working. The hinges are doing good and all that. But yeah, that was pretty sweet there.
Good.
I didn't want to turn the volume up with me talking because the wind was so loud. So I'll continue on with this, and maybe I'll be able to get a mic or something with a wind blocker on it or something soon, as I try to get more of these videos out. But check that out. I mean, that window's working great now.
Sweet.
And that made me happy right there.
Nice.
Because
Makes me real happy.
you know, anytime you get a deal on something that's got the good working parts, you know, it's a good feeling. But here we go, trying to work on that door again. You wait till you see it where it locks on me. But anyhow, yeah, let's rock on. what I'm trying to do right here is there, I don't know if you look back at one of the other videos where that brace across there fell on me. It actually, I didn't have it welded good, and when it fell, it let the cab move in. So I had to grind all that spot there. You see where the primer's gone and stuff, and cut that section out down there at the bottom and move it back about an inch. And I'm gonna tell you what, I was some kind of fit to be tied. I was a little bit discouraged. I was real discouraged actually, because all that work that I'd put into it, and then come to find the door wasn't even closed because it was hitting the cab. But I was able to cut it and move it back. I measured it and moved it back to match the other side. Now, I got pretty close, but I had to cut some of it out. Pardon me, but I really didn't have to cut as much as I did. I cut too much actually, but you'll see I wound up putting it back and saved the section I cut out, and I welded it back in place. And it actually turned out pretty good. And there's a little bit of body work, a little filler I had to put in down at the bottom just to make it look pretty. And I need to actually, I may show it in another video coming up, where I have to, on the front section of the door where the outer cowl there is, it's got a little bit of, it's not exactly flush with the door, so I'll probably go ahead and cut that loose and just kind of do what I need to do there, add some metal or something, just to try to get them a little more flush. But anyhow, right here, all this right here, I'm just trying to tidy up that corner so that I have a decent gap in the door and the cab. But yeah, so let's try to bear on through this. Also, right here, check out this tool. That is a handle that I saved from my grill area. I think it was some sort of spatula for the barbecue, and the end of it broke off, but the rest of it's solid. It's ridiculous how solid that is, but the spatula part broke off, and I was like, you know what, I can use this. And you see where I'm using it at? It's right there. It's pretty thin, so it'll get in a gap or whatever, and you can either peel something out or stretch it apart or whatever, and you'd be amazed at the different tools that you can make happen or make good use out of, versus I'm not going to throw nothing away if I can use it for something else. But yeah, anyway, and I've used that tool a lot since then. So far, just the other day I was using it, and I thought, well, if this thing, if it breaks, so what? No loss. But anyway, it worked out pretty good. So right here, I'm still trying to work that corner, and actually taking that tool and pushing on the back side, and then shaping the front side there to match it. But anyway, it's pretty cool. Just wanted to share that with you. So just unless you got a nice budget and stuff to buy tools to do every job, make stuff work that will work. Anyway, here we go back at it.
nitpicky. I guarantee you somebody will say something funny.
Y'all look right here. You can see there where I put that, tried to do the closing the filler cap hole, and I did okay, but there could have been, I could have done it a little better, but I did get it filled in. It's just making that shape. I think there's a certain rubber hammer that's kind of cone shaped that I needed that would have helped out with that. When I cut the piece of metal, I actually kind of cut the metal. I cut the metal to fit the hole, but then after I tried to shape it, it shrunk, and then I had to make do, to make it fit, and it had a little bit of an indentation in it, but after all said and done, you can't really see it too good after I finished with it, but that'll be in another video probably. But yeah, that's a bit of a trick, and you learn that from experience, and that was the first time I ever done that. So anyway, we I'm gonna move on here and keep thrashing away at this corner, which I'll take that corner all the way down, but right there it was real tedious.
See if this thing still works. Y'all know what I did last night. I left it out, and lo and behold, we got a storm, which it was covered up, but my garage leaks pretty bad. Alright, let's see what happens.
here, I was experimenting with the spot timer. That's the first time on that Eastwood unit. I never had a spot timer before, and so it actually works real good. You just gotta figure out the time you need, because it'll stop whatever setting you put it on. But it's pretty cool. That way you won't burn through, especially when you got thin stuff that's got a little rusty area here and there that you didn't see or whatever. You can that spot timer won't let it burn totally through. And you can make it work look a little bit better. You just have to be careful. But anyway, I do like that feature. And it worked pretty good, because once you get a good melt, then you can build off of that. I actually went on the back side of it in a couple of places and was able to make it even stronger, putting some metal on the back side, or inside, so to speak. But yeah, anyway, sorry to put y'all through all this torture here, but anyway, we're gonna continue down this side here, see if we can burn it in a little better. But it's right here, it's going pretty good. Here's a little music to get through this part of it. Anyway, I know it gets a little boring, but here we go. Enjoy. Y'all can see that line right there that I was welding down. What I was doing, I'd already tacked it in place, and I was just filling in the gaps. And that's the cool thing with that little spot timer. You can close up all the gaps without running a bead and burning through. And so that's what I was doing there. And then I moved around to the other side where the lip goes. There's like a fold, and it has to, where it folds or where the lip joins the inner cab part, that's pretty thin as well, so you have to be careful there. But I'm gonna tell you, it's a trick welding on some old metal, old thin stuff, but So he beefed up pretty good. And one of the hard things welding outside, at least for me anyway, is when the sun's out like it, it makes it a little hard to see. And if you try to put a light on it, I mean, it might help. I think at one point I did try a light, and it was just in the way, so I had a hard time, even though I did have a light, trying to see what I was doing. But there again, I'm not a professional, and you know, my garage is open to the world. But we make the best of what we got. So anyway, I'm gonna continue on with this, and
fill them holes in right there.
we'll see how much of this we have to endure.
Down here.
So y'all get you a snack, a chili snack, or warm snack, however you like your snack. Get you one of them. Just fight on through this with me. And by the way, thank you for watching.
Y'all use that spot timer much. It's pretty nice. I've never used it until I got this thing. Still kind of like it. Anyway, it only gives you a little bit. It don't matter how long you hold it, but pretty sweet. Let's take a break, you want to?